Imagine this.
5.
Check out that new angle here, ladies and
4.
Sir, let's see which one of these
3. 2.
ready to go down the track.
1.
Go down the track. You can see already some struggling. This is not like any other dragon release that I've ever seen there. And what is going on with Camden? Already taking the lead out there. You can see he gets some huge momentum. He gets some big track. Can he prove himself there? Gravedigger having some issues there, and they can see that Thunder Roars is in the lead right there. See that they're ready to down the track. You see they're neck and neck. All right, so here is the track ready to go. You can see Iron Man and El Toro Loco. Iron Man almost falls off the track. Hey, see that Jamie Sullivan gets the early lead, but look at her. She makes a perfect one by a male driver for this one. You can see that they're both here. You can see that they're both ready to go, and you can see John Hartsock with the save. He tries to make it, but he fails, and he fails miserably.
What is going on, everybody? This is Rainbow X, and today we're going to be taking a look at Series 45. The wait is over, and now we have Series 45 ready to be unboxed. And originally I found these around spring, so again, I was holding these up until I had time, and now we're making this video. So again, if you've seen my Diecast Hunting video, I'm pretty sure it was the second video or the third video of Diecast Hunting where I found Series 45 at my local Target. They were just sitting there in a pile, without anything behind it. So at the time I grabbed them, and they're right here on my desk ready to be opened and reviewed on. So let's take a look at the trucks that we have in this lineup for Series 45. Starting up, we have Childlike Alien Invasion, looking really cool. Can't wait to unbox this one. The second one, we have Cyber Flare Zombie. Now, originally I wasn't supposed to grab this one, but I decided to grab it for the review. We'll talk about that later on. The anticipated Tech Deck Rec Deck, the new live truck mystery has been solved a while back, and now we figured out that Rec Deck is the new live truck that was teased last year's in last year's Diecast lineup. Then we have the Toon Shaded El Toro Loco. This guy is actually awesome. Really love the details on that one. We're going to go over this one in a bit. And surprisingly, I wasn't supposed to grab this one as well, simply because the chases this year, at first I thought they were a little lackluster, but now, after looking at this a little close, I was like, you know what, let's get it. And this was the only one at my local Target that I found. I never saw a Pixelpunks Dragon anywhere else. So this is the Pixelpunks Dragon, as I said. We're going to talk about this one towards the end of the video. But right now, we're going to be reviewing the very first truck of the case that I found. Give me 1 second. There were some other trucks in there that I didn't grab simply because they didn't seek attention, or at least they didn't catch my eye on that one, or at least I didn't care. So let's take a look at the Childlike Alien Invasion first. Let's take a look at this guy right here. As you can see, this truck, like I said, comes from Childlike. We have the very first Childlike truck, Alien Invasion. As you can see, the render on the side right there matches with the diecast. And as we take a look at the back side, you can see it is from Series 45. Here are the trucks in this case. We have Gravedigger, Mossbar Dalmatian, Megalodon, Tech Deck Rec Deck, Zombie. We have El Toro Loco. There was also a truck that I didn't grab, and this is from a separate series. This is called Speed Shred. So here's the Blue Thunder up close. If you look at the render, you can see it doesn't really capture my eyes. This is the third time that we have gotten a blue, that we started off a year with a yellow Blue Thunder. We have the chase piece of this year, and we also have Avenger in this case, but this Avenger, it's not the best. It's basically the original Avenger. They could have done an Avenger scheme from the previous World Finals. We could have gotten the Nashville Avenger, but no, we got the OG Avenger, but I can't complain. It's for those who didn't get the Avenger the first time it was released back in 2025. So we have Childlike Alien Invasion. I cannot wait to open this one. It's been months since I've had these trucks, and they've been sitting on my shelf for the past weeks, and now I'm finally ready to open these. So we're going to start up with Childlike Alien Invasion from Series 45. Let's unbox them. Alright, so Childlike Alien Invasion is out. Here he is right here. Here's the logo. It's basically the OG logo. And now let's take a look at the truck itself. Childlike Alien Invasion. This is the first time I set my hands on this guy, and now we are ready to review it. As you can see here, Childlike is basically a series where they take every single truck piece, they turn it into how a kid would draw a monster truck, and you could see Alien Invasion has a dark blue background as well. You could see some green detailing here matching the Alien Invasion lighting. You also see some stars drawn on there. There's the Monster Jam logo. There's the Alien Invasion logo right here. Right on the back, you could see there's some more green lighting on there. There's some stars right here. There's a green stripe with a black outline. There's also a drawing of Saturn over here too. There's another drawing of what looks like a planet. There's another Saturn over here. This side right here is basically the same thing. We have some more stars. We also have yellow stars as well. We have another Saturn. And right at the front, this is what got my attention. So in the front, you can see it has a drawing of an alien right here. There's the little alien with the arms spread out. On the top right here, we have a scribbled green line, as well as we have some stars on the top right here. There's so much to uncover on this one. Oh, yeah. There's also some headlights at the front. We have a star on each side with a green outline right here. We also have this here. I think those are supposed to be the alien's legs, as you can see. As I position the truck like this, you could see it has the legs shown here, as well as the head. There's the arms. Well, yeah, not a bad diecast. Has a yellow chassis with a light green roll cage, white wheels, and dark blue tires, matching the childlike appearance of this truck. Now we're going to move on to the next truck of the series. As you can see, we have our next one. This is probably my favorite one. One of my favorites of this year. We have the Toon Shaded El Toro Loco. As you can see, the render matches up with the actual diecast. This is the first El Toro Loco release that we have gotten to celebrate its 25th anniversary. Sorry. You can see there's some notable stuff about this truck. As you can see, we're going to be going over this soon. So let's not waste any time. Let's actually unbox this truck. All right, so there's El Toro Loco. Yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff on here that I really like about. As you could see, Toon Shaded, this is basically like what a truck body would look like if it was hand-drawn, like a cartoon style. Me, personally, this kind of looks like manga style. You know, for anime lovers, this kind of looks like manga stripped or manga drawn El Toro Loco. As you can see, the color scheme on this one has every single corner or edge of the truck itself has a black outline. As you can see, there's a yellow Monster Jam logo here, an El Toro logo here, the teeth here as well. The flame pattern is also handily drawn. It has that little effect here. I like that detail. On the hood right here, you can see it has this like wooden like texture, but it's actually hand drawn. You can see the flame pattern here at the nose. There's the nose ring as well. More black outline on the front. Same thing on that side here. On the roof, you can see the horns are not... The weird thing about the horns is that they're not hand-drawn like the body itself. I really wish they did that. That would have made a really cool diecast, but no. We got this for now, though. I can't complain. More hand-drawn details here. On the tailgate itself, it has the El Toro Loco logo here. The MonsterJam.com website here. On the very back as well, we got that flame pattern here as well. Has a white chassis with a... kind of looks like a golden color roll cage, white wheels and orange tires. This would make a really good custom if it weren't for the colored tires, but again, this is just for the younger audiences. But for adult collectors, this would be an easy chassis swap, and just to make this a custom diecast for your collection. But yeah, that is Childlike El Toro Loco. Let's move on to the next truck. This is probably the third one this is a third truck from a new series. This one's called Cyber Flare, and we're starting off with Cyber Flare Zombie. I did see photos of other Cyber Flare trucks that we're getting this year. The next mix after this, we are getting Cyber Flare Thunder Roarus, and then the other mix after that, I think that's series 47. The next series is series 46, and then the other is series 47. Series 47's Cyber Flare truck is son of a digger, and I have seen pictures of it. It looks fantastic. Same for Thunder Roarus. I can't wait to find that one. Those are series 46 are starting to hit up Kohl's, so Hopefully, sometime in the future, I'll be going to Kohl's and try to find the whole set of Series 46. But for now, it's Series 45. We have the Cyber Flare Zombie. I cannot wait to unbox this one. Let's unbox it, and we'll digest into the details of this truck. So let's unbox it. Okay, so here is the Cyber Flare Zombie, as you can see here. Originally, I wasn't supposed to grab this one simply because the face of it looks really off. I don't know why. At first, I didn't like this truck, but after seeing people making customs of it or having it unboxed, they were having different opinions on this truck, saying that, oh, this is one of the coolest releases that Spin Master's ever made. I went and I was like, you know what? Why don't we just get this truck and see how or what the hype was all about, or at least why people are hyping up for this truck. And now I can see why people are hyping up with this truck. It's because the detailing on this thing is actually impressive. As you can see, the logo itself is completely different. The zombie logo now has cyan blue lighting on the outline here. You can also see that cyber background right here. You can see the laser effect on here. We have some red, we have some pink, orange, we have some purple and pink. On the tailgate here, we have another cyber neon zombie logo right here on the back. We also have the effect here. We have like a orange, red, and yellow and white laser effect here. Same thing on this side. On the roof, we'll go over here for a little bit. But first, I want to take a look at the head. Or the face, as you can see, has this like mushy effect here. We have some pink background as well as some the cyber attack, or not cyber attack, but cyber logo. The cyber effect on the face is here. For zombie, I think the eye has a laser effect. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, it does have a little laser effect on the eye, crossed or at least like sliced in between the eye. The arms though don't have that effect. The little cyber background, they don't. It's just pink arms. But here on the brain, you can see how it does have that cyber effect here. You can see there's an outline of blue and red and a little bit of yellow on this side here. Not a bad diecast. I really can't. I can actually see why people are hyping up for this diecast. It's because, or at least this Cyber Flare series, is because it's all about like a futuristic neon color paint scheme for all these trucks. So Cyber Flare Zombie runs on a blue or cyan turquoise chassis with a purple roll cage or light purple roll cage, turquoise wheels, and yellow tires. The yellow tires, me personally, don't fit well with this truck, but nothing like customs will actually fix it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Cyber Flare Zombie. Oh yeah, don't forget, the yellow Monster Jam logo is somehow bigger than the other logos that I've seen on the other trucks. For some reason, this one's bigger, but I kind of like the idea of this truck having bigger Monster Jam logos than the other ones. But yeah, not a bad diecast. Cyber Flare Zombie, there it is. Now we're going to move on to the most anticipated, actually, you know what, before we get to the most anticipated truck of this set, I do want to look at the chase piece for this year, simply because I'm saving Rec Deck for last. But here is the Pixel Punks Dragon. This one originally, I was never supposed to grab Pixel Punk's Dragon when I first saw this, but because it's rare and how people found it, people rarely found this truck, and when I first saw it, I was like, you know what, let's grab it. And here it is, sitting on my desk, ready to review. So Pixel Punks are the chase for this year, and there is a crazy story about Pixel Punks and the other series that was quote-unquote the chase for this year. There is a funny story about that one, and somehow we figured out that this is the chase piece. So without yapping, let's unbox them, and I'll tell you a little more about this truck. Okay, so before I jump into the story, I will take a look at this truck right here. So Pixel Punk's Dragon, you can see the pixelated effects, or pixelated body. It does not have a plastic body, I just realized. And this is the first time I've opened this truck, so it does not have it does not have a plastic body. You can see the little squares on the body, the pixelated effect. You can see a pixelated flame pattern on the nose as well, on the nostrils. You can also see a pixelated mouth, the teeth, the pixelated flame pattern. There's a pixelated eye for Dragon. The The logo is not pixelated, though. I really wish it was. There's the Monster Jam logo. The horns are basically the same as the OG Dragon. And the little tail extended piece here at the very back is not included in this version. I always thought the Pixel Punks trucks are gonna be like plastic bodies, but I guess not. They're actually metal bodies this time. And I kind of, you know, I really wish they were plastic bodies. It would actually go for the effect of the pixelated body. Then we would have this extended piece right here, just like the Ghost Crew Dragon that I reviewed back in 2024. But yeah, that's pretty much that for Dragon. It does have what looks like a ogre green chassis, orange roll cage, yellow wheels, and light red tires. So there is a story behind this, and I'll keep it short. Basically, people were confused online about the fact that either the Arena Favorites or the Pixel Punks series were the chase for this year. And Phil Vigananza at Monster Truck Collecting had explicitly said that a couple of times that he does not know, or he didn't know at the time, what the chase pieces were, and that people were confusing each other online, that the Arena Favorites were the chase or the Pixel Punks were the chase. But finally, a few days later, we finally got an answer, and Pixel Punks are indeed the chase for this year, and not the Arena Favorites. So a lot of confusion as to which series would be considered the chase, because I know that the Childlike, the Toon Shaded, or Cyber Flare trucks are not the chase piece. I will say this again. Pixel Punks are the chase for this year, not the Arena Favorites, not Monsterized, not Childlike, not Toon Shaded, or Cyber Flare. No, those are not chases. Pixel Punks are the chase, so for this year, and that's pretty much it for Pixel Punks Dragon. It's not a bad diecast, and I really can't wait to find Megalodon. I know Megalodon is pretty good in Series 46, and I can't wait to see what this truck looks like in person. So there is the Pixel Punks Dragon. Let's move on to the next truck. Now, time for the last truck of this case. And this one, people have had a hard time finding it, but now that it's June, a lot of people have been finding rec decks at their stores. Pretty much rec deck is now a peg warmer, simply because it originally was a rare truck, but now people have been finding it all over Walmart and Target at the time. I think around March was when rec deck was rare, but I think around April when I walked into Target, I found another rec deck. And then around this month, I found what's the name again? Oh, rec deck. Yeah, I found another rec deck. I found like 10 of them at the time. I think if you've seen my Diecast Hunting videos, you'll see that I found at least 10 rec decks in one dump in. So that's probably that. So rec deck is not as rare as people thought originally, but once Series 46 starts hitting Walmarts and Targets, that's when we'll start seeing more trucks becoming peg warmers, like the Speed Jam, Classroom Crusher, and a bunch of other trucks that are in Series 46. But enough yapping. We have Tech Deck, Rec Deck here. What originally was supposed to feature in the 2025 yearbook fully revealed, but I guess Spin Master and Monster Jam decided to keep it a secret. And until now, we finally figured out what the new live truck was, and it is Rec Deck here. They wanted to delay Rec Deck in 2025 because they wanted to see how it runs and how they would work out the skateboard body on this truck. But we'll take a look at Rec Deck itself once we unbox it. I just wanted to see what it looks like in package. It looks pretty good in the box, but will look even better once we unbox this. So let's do that. My goodness, I have not actually held my hands on Rec Deck for the first time and ever because I kept these in package. Here's the Rec Deck logo, pretty nice. But let's take a look at the truck itself. I'm going to be very careful here because there is something special about this truck, which I will go over in a bit. Rec Deck, yes. This is the new live truck that people have been talking about, or at least Spin Master has been hiding before Rec Deck first was revealed to the world. Rec Deck, this truck right here, although it looks a little goofy, it is pretty cool to finally have a skateboard themed truck, and it actually does feel good to hold in person. As you also may notice, the wheels themselves, they're not like normal wheels, as you can see here. They're not normal wheels. These are actually new wheels that they made to fit the rec deck design. They have wheel inserts in the very front, right in the very center of rec deck. But I'm pretty sure when I saw the prototype pictures for rec deck, the wheel inserts were more outwards of the wheel, but now they're more in. They're more inside, but I really wish they kept the prototype version where the wheel inserts were more exposed rather than just more inserted into the truck wheels themselves. You get the Rec Deck logo and the Monster Jam logo here. I'm trying to see if you guys can see it. There you go. So there's the Rec Deck logo, the Monster Jam logo here. Right underneath the Rec Deck body, you can see there's an art style down here. I think this looks like a Kraken or whatever, but you get the eyes here, more stylish down there. But let's go over the special effect that this truck has. And this is the first ever time that we've ever had this on a diecast, but right on the roof there's the Tech Deck logo, there's the Monster Jam logo. But if you put your finger on this is actual grip tape, the same kind of grip tape that is used in every single Tech Deck skateboard on the actual Tech Deck skateboard designs. I don't know what to say there, but yeah, on the diecast for Tech Deck Rec Deck, they also featured this grip tape texture on the roof of the truck. It feels a little rough though, but it does kind of feel nice to have on a regular Spin Master Monster Jam body. I really like Rec Deck. This is probably one of my top 5 favorite trucks to release this year. We still have yet to find out the other mixes for this year, or what each truck will look like in each mix. But yeah, I have seen pictures of the newest double packs, and I cannot wait to review those once they come out. You're gonna love them. I'm pretty sure you all know which ones they are. I know I'm gonna be excited for those. But yeah, Rec Deck itself. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, the body itself is made of plastic. That's why there is a metal chassis here on the truck. As soon as I shake the truck, you can hear the metal body, or the metal chassis here. So there is the metal chassis. The body itself is entirely made of plastic. It has a red roll cage, red wheel inserts with a silver bolt at the very center, and of course printed BKT tires, making this one of the most unique diecasts that we have ever received from Spin Master. With that, that's going to conclude this segment here of diecast reviews. We're going to be running these guys on the track, but not only that, we are going to be hosting a mini tournament for these trucks. The first mini tournament of the year. Whoever wins this mini tournament will earn bonus points for that specific for their entire season, or bonus points for their season run. If Rec Deck wins, those points will be added to next season. But if Dragon, Zombie, Alien Invasion, or El Toro Loco win the mini tournament, or the first mini tournament of this year, they will earn bonus points for that truck as well as the driver in that series. So let's take this to the track and we will get ready for the mini tournament.
After that diecast review, we are ready to run these trucks onto the track, or at least the new and improved track. We're going to mention how we have some new ramps as well as a finish line. That was mentioned in the previous episode of diecast reviews. I believe that's the second episode of 2026. But all these 5 trucks are ready to go, ready to compete against one another and win those bonus points for their individual series. Let's take a look at the tournament bracket. For mini tournament number 4, we have Tech Deck Rec Deck facing Alien Invasion in the first round. Whoever wins that will face Pixelpunk's Dragon. And then we have Cyberflare Zombie and Toon Shaded El Toro Loco. Let's start off with the very first match. We have Bryce Kenny driving in Tech Deck Rec Deck facing Cameron Barrett in the Childlike Alien Invasion. Let's see which one of these drivers will win this race. We await for the green lights, and we are ready to go side by side. Childlike Alien Invasion takes the early lead, and there goes Bryce Kenny catching up, and Cameron Barrett will steal the win from Bryce Kenny in Tech Deck Rec Deck, as Cameron Barrett takes Childlike Alien Invasion to the next round. And as you can see here, Alien Invasion will face Pixelpunk's Dragon, where they'll be facing Joe Dennis and Pixelpunk's Dragon. And then we still have Cyberflare Zombie and Toon Shaded El Toro Loco. Speaking of, Joe Dennis will be facing Cameron Barrett. Let's see which one of these drivers will be facing off in the final. Whoever wins that, let's see. And we're ready to go side by side. You can see that Cameron Barrett takes the lead. Joe Dennis is catching up a little bit, but he falls short. And it looks to be like Cameron Barrett will move on to the final, where he will await his opponent, either Cyberflare Zombie or Toon Shaded El Toro Loco. And speaking of, we have Jenna McCarty and Cyberflare Zombie facing Armando Castro and El Toro Loco, or at least Toon Shaded El Toro Loco. So let's see which one of these two drivers will be facing Cameron Barrett and Alien Invasion in the final. And we are ready to go side by side. You can see that Armando Castro gets some serious elevation, and there goes Jenna McCarty. And that looks too close to call. I'm not sure who's going to win this one, or at least we don't know for sure until we get the replay. And we have the replay here. Here is a look at the drivers coming down to the track. Some serious air from Armando Castro. And there goes Jenna McCarty as well. Here's the super slow-mo. It looks to be like Jenna McCarty, but we won't find out until the photo finish has been posted. And it is going to be Jenna McCarty moving on to the final, defeating Armando Castro, which means we have a final between Alien Invasion and Zombie. It is going to be Cameron Barrett facing Jenna McCarty. And speaking of, who will win the fourth mini tournament? We're about to find out here as we are waiting for these green lights to light up. The drivers are ready to go, and we are ready to go side by side. You can see that they're both neck and neck, getting some decent air, and it looks to be a very close race. I'm not sure who's going to win this one, but it's too close to call, so let's see what happened here. We're going to go to the replay and see what happened. And as these two trucks come down, we got Jenna and Cameron coming down at the same time, touching the finish line as well at the same time. But let's look at the super slow-mo. It looks a little too close, but I think it might be Jenna McCarty. Only time will tell. We got the photo finish. And Jenna McCarty will win her second mini tournament of Diecast reviews. That means that Cyberflare Zombie has won the fourth mini tournament. Congrats to Jenna McCarty for winning more bonus points to her individual series. You don't see that every day, or at least in this channel. But everyone did pretty well in this mini tournament. But that is going to be it for this episode of Diecast Reviews. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Rainbow X, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.